Did the Philadelphia experiment really happen? In October 1943, in the middle of World War II, a U.S. Navy warship is said to have vanished in front of hundreds of witnesses. Some say it reappeared miles away, and when it did, crew members were fused into the steel of the ship itself, screaming, disfigured, and forever trapped. This is the legend of the Philadelphia experiment, a story so terrifying, so unbelievable, that the U.S. government still denies it to this very day. But what really happened that night in Philadelphia? Was it a failed military experiment in invisibility, or a glimpse into powers beyond human understanding? The year is 1943. The world is at war. Nazi Germany is dominating Europe, and the Allies are desperate for any technological advantage. Rumors spread that Adolf Hitler was obsessed with secret weapons, strange aircraft, advanced rockets, and even occult sciences. The United States couldn't afford to fall behind. And so, according to legend, the Navy began experimenting with something that sounded impossible: invisibility. The idea was rooted in electromagnetic field manipulation. By wrapping a warship in massive magnetic coils and generating intense electrical currents, the ship might bend light around itself, rendering it invisible to enemy radar and maybe even to the human eye. The ship chosen was the USS Eldridge, a destroyer escort docked at the Philadelphia Naval Shipyard. On that fateful day, the crew was ordered aboard. Huge generators were activated. Witnesses claimed a strange green-blue fog rose up around the ship as arcs of electricity shot across its hull. Suddenly, the Eldridge vanished. Not just from radar, from sight itself. Dock workers stared in disbelief. Where moments before stood a massive warship, there was now only open water. According to reports, the Eldridge reappeared hundreds of miles away near Norfolk, Virginia, before vanishing again and returning to Philadelphia. Pause. Eerie silence. But when the ship returned, something was terribly wrong. Eyewitnesses described horror unlike anything seen in naval history. Some sailors had burned alive. Others were found insane, screaming, babbling about being stuck in another dimension. And the most disturbing accounts? Crew members who were fused into the ship's steel bulkheads, their bodies half melted into the walls, arms sticking out of solid metal, eyes wide with terror. These men were alive when it happened. Their screams echoed through the ship until they died. The Navy, of course, denied it, but the rumors spread like wildfire. The official record? The Navy insists the Philadelphia experiment never took place. They call it a hoax, a misunderstanding. But sailors told different stories. Some claimed they were sworn to secrecy under threat of prison, or worse. Others disappeared shortly after speaking out. One letter from a man named Carlos Allende described in chilling detail what he claimed to have witnessed: the ship vanishing into thin air. It was his testimony that first brought the legend to public attention. So what really happened? Some believe it was an experiment with cloaking technology, an early attempt at radar invisibility that went catastrophically wrong. Others say it was far more dangerous, a test of Einstein's unified field theory, ripping open the fabric of space and time itself. Could the Eldridge have been teleported? Or did it slip briefly into another dimension? Skeptics argue it's all a myth, born from sailors' drunken stories and exaggerated rumors. But if that's true, why does the government still deny it so aggressively? 80 years later, the Philadelphia experiment remains one of the most chilling military mysteries of all time. A ship that vanished, men fused into steel, a government cover-up. Was it just a sailor's tale spun out of boredom and fear? Or did the Navy truly unlock forces beyond human control, forces they were never meant to touch? Perhaps the truth lies at the bottom of the sea, sealed away with the screams of the USS Eldridge. And maybe, just maybe, some experiments were never meant to succeed.